I'm like, well, yeah, okay. Here we go, 24-24, going to overtime. And then I see that New Orleans wins 24-23
Oh, I couldn't
because
believe it.
Tucker missed the extra point. And it's like, well, okay, must have been a bad snap. Must have been something. And you see the replay, and it starts out as the straightest kick in the history of field goal kicking, and it just it's like God got involved. That's the only explanation. God said, enough of this. I cannot stand one more overtime game. I'm doing something about this. That's the only logical explanation.
No, you know what it is, right?
What?
God wants Warzu's Super Bowl pick to come true. The Steelers versus the Saints. That's it.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, and it's it's
Uh,
looking. Yeah, nah,
this
I
it
don't.
could. I'm telling you, I think it might be Big Ben versus either Mahomes or Rivers. As crazy as that sounds in the AFC title game, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, the Steelers actually won. They won the bye week. They could AJ Green just big play here.
is how funny is that if the Steelers do nothing yet end up on top of the AFC North because Baltimore loses, probably uh, Cincinnati is losing. They're down 14-0, although maybe down 14-7 after this. But yeah, it would just be the funniest thing if they just if they do nothing and become the number one team in the division.
Now, here's the thing. I think this is going to be probably the most active trade deadline that we've seen in a while, maybe, I mean, ever that we can recall in our lifetimes.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be looking to upgrade and willing to upgrade based on, their success last year based versus what they're doing this year. Teams like the Jaguars, the Eagles, there's teams looking for defensive backs. And man, I know the Steelers need one. And do they really step outside their box per se and make that deal for Patrick Peterson like everybody's calling for? Because there's going to be the Patriots are going to be looking, the Eagles are going to be looking. You know, what are the Steelers going to do?
from what I understand, there are actually other defensive backs out there. Maybe I think there's one from the Raiders or something like that. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it is going to be a very active trade deadline, and I think the Steelers are going to be so scared of Artie Burns, whatever the heck is going on with him, that yeah, I could see them totally making a trade for a cornerback. I
Listen,
could
I
totally
am
see that.
not opposed to anything right now. I am not opposed to Ryan Clark or Ike Taylor possibly coming back after the play of these guys.
I think Ike Taylors can still play.
Lace them up. I mean, listen, could it get any worse? I don't think it can. There's no way it could get any worse at this point. Lace them up, Ike. Come on.
Chad Scott,
Oh,
Dwayne Woodruff. Uh, who else? Who else can we get?
I mean, listen, Deshae Townsend, are you there?
Have you seen Mel Blunt? He looks pretty good. I'll bet he could go out there.
Mel, he may be able to play a little still.
Yeah,
I know Artie Burns can't.
yeah.
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons may be able to lock somebody down more effectively than Artie Burns.
Smithers. I take Smithers at this point. Oh yeah, yeah. I agree. I think they're going to do something. So
You think so?
oh yeah,
I mean, you think the Steelers are going to do something? I mean, that's
not
very
something
outside the
big.
norm.
They're not trading a first or second round pick. That's just not them. They're not going to get Peterson, but I think they will. I think they would trade like a 3 for somebody because remember they're getting a third round pick back for Le'Veon Bell. So they probably and they're thinking it was
Now
like,
that's
oh,
in 2020. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that in 2020 or is that in 2019?
oh, I think you're right. I think it
I
is
think it's
2020 the way
I believe it's
that works out.
2020, and
Yeah.
I think that's why they're trying to they're trying to get the equivalent of that third rounder or better in the
Oh, so a
19 draft.
2019 pick for
I
that.
believe now don't quote me on this. I believe that's a 2020 comp pick
I think
for
you
Philly.
are absolutely right on that. That sounds very familiar because anytime, yeah, because there'll be they'll announce those compensatory picks and it'll say like, oh yeah, that was from, like, it's like, for him it was like 2 years ago. So yeah, I think that's how that works. Yeah, so we shall see. So looking at this week so far, I think we had two very different pick sets, and yet we still end up right now um, with eight correct. So that's
Yeah, I think we both had the Cardinals. Boy, did we get that one wrong.
what's that?
Did we both have the Cardinals on Thursday night?
No, no. The Thursday night game, I no, you had the Cardinals, I had Denver. So that was a nail biter. Denver won 45-10. Yeah, really what happened to the Cardinals? They were in the Super Bowl. What year was that? 8 years ago, the one against the Steelers. They were in the Super Bowl, and now they can't do anything. They're
You
one in
know,
five.
I think the best tackle of the night was, I don't know if you caught it, was the tackle that Larry Fitzgerald made on Kurt Warner while he was doing a sideline interview during
I
the pregame
saw
show.
that.
I
I
think that
saw
may have
that.
been the best tackle by a Cardinals player that night.
Yeah. Titans, and then the what do we call it? The London game. I can't say Titans at the Chargers. The Titans played the Chargers. We both had the Chargers in that one. Although it was 2019, that was a close one.
Yeah, I mean, they elect to go for two and go for the win, get out of London with a win. But the play call, I mean, I just don't know. I'm still not sold on Mariota. I just don't. I don't like that Titans offense at the end of the day. The defense is solid, but man, I just think these Chargers are going to be a sneaky team to deal with. You know, even in the winter and the cold months, I think this Chargers team is going to be tough to deal with if Melvin Gordon can stay healthy.
Well, they're coming to Pittsburgh. It's one of the teams. I mean, I was looking at the schedule. They're coming in December. I just can't see a California team doing well in December in Pittsburgh, but we'll see. The only time a California team would do well in Pittsburgh is in the 1994 AFC Championship game.
Oh, please do not remind me of one of the worst memories of my lifetime of my childhood. You have Alfred Papunu cracking open footballs like they're coconuts, and then they go on to face the 49ers and get absolutely destroyed, and you think to yourself, what could have been with you know with that Steelers team and that defense against the 49ers and that offense.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you say that any longtime Steelers fan, Alfred Papunu, they'll know exactly what you're talking about.
Two touchdown favorites. I mean, you lose was that freaking Stan Humphries?
Uh huh.
Stan
Stan Humphrey.
Stan Humphries and Alfred Papunu
Yep.
came into Three Rivers and beat the Steelers. It's
That was
still
such a great
unbelievable to think about.
That was such a great Steelers team, and it's just so unbelievable that they would lose. Amazing. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in December. Bills at Colts. Colts killed them 37-5. Did someone hit a grand slam for the Bills or something? Not sure how you get 5 points, a field goal and a safety. But we both had Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, that was my survivor pool pick. McCoy went out, head injury early in the game. Derek Anderson off the street. The Bills are a mess right now. They should have just kept Tyrod Taylor. The team was, they're playing kind of solid. I mean, I know they let up a lot of points today, but they've been playing solid defense, even though Vontae Davis called it a career at halftime.
At halftime.
But man, they need Josh Allen back.
Yeah, they're. I mean, when you pull quarterbacks off the street, you're in bad shape. Patriots at Bears. I didn't see this, but from what I understand, I mean, Patriots won 38-31. Bears almost won this on a last second Hail Mary that I guess it didn't quite make the touchdown, but they almost tied the game.
It was caught at the 1 yard line, but once again, this just goes back to one of the old rules where you just never bet on Mitch Trubisky to beat Tom Brady.
Right. It just, yeah. You're right. That just makes no sense. Of course, that's exactly what I did, and but you picked the Patriots.
To be honest, like Trubisky looks like a disaster. He'll fool you a little bit, tease you a little bit with the legs, but I mean, throwing the football, he's been making just horrendous decisions. At times he looks like Ben Roethlisberger, and then other times he looks like, I don't even know, just a backup. He looks more like Matt Moore at times. Are the Bears a tease, or are they a legitimate contender in the NFC? I mean, that's what I want to know. I think the Vikings are going to crawl back into this.
Oh yeah. You have to figure. I mean, they were like almost a preseason Super Bowl pick, so you have to figure that they'll make a comeback. Browns at Tampa Bay. Thank you, Browns, for being the Browns. There's certain things you could always count on. It's the Browns finding a way to lose. Thank you.
It's funny because Sunday dinner, my cousin goes to Kent State, and her boyfriend was home with her, and he's from Cleveland. He's a Browns fan, and he got his computer up. He's listening to the broadcast on his phone, and I bet the Buccaneers spreading the money line. Yeah. And this kid, I feel bad for this poor kid. I mean, the emotions in the house today were back and forth, and then to get beat on a 59-yard field goal on freaking 4th and 33. How typical Browns. You don't get any more Browns than that. I mean, I immediately sent apology text messages to every one of my friends that I know from Cleveland. I feel so bad. I feel terrible for them. At this point, you just feel bad for Browns fans. It's not even a rivalry anymore. Not even hate.
It's pity. It's pity. It's
pity. Pure pity.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is like I look forward to the day where I can hate the Browns again. It's that day is not here because they're just. I mean, 4 overtime games. He only played